Hello friends, welcome to Weapon Technologies. So today we are going to discuss about custom HTML helpers in MVC. So let's start without wasting any time. And as you must have watched my previous videos that we have already discussed about inline HTML helpers and built-in HTML helpers. And in this video we are going to discuss in detail about custom HTML helpers. Right. uh, why there is a need of custom HTML helpers. So basically, let's suppose there is such a requirement that we want to create our own custom HTML helper. So let's suppose MVC doesn't provide your image tag and address format, these kind of helpers, right? So in that case, what we can do, we can create our own custom HTML helpers, right? So as you can see on the screen that some HTML helpers doesn't provided by MVC, so in that case we can create our own custom HTML helpers, right? These are the example, like image tag or address format, any address format which we want to display on the UI, right? So for creating a custom HTML helpers, we have two ways. So basically, there are two methods for creating custom HTML helpers. First one is your using static class and static method, and the second one is your extension method, right? Uh, we will be discussing in detail about this static class and static method, how we can create our own custom HTML helpers. So in this, what we will do, we will simply create our own one normal class, and inside that we will create one static method. And you must be knowing by the concept of static class that for a static class all the members should be static, right? So let's start without wasting any time. And before proceeding, please like and subscribe my channel, friends, so that you can get all the latest notification in the future, right? So let's go to the Visual Studio. So what I have done, I have simply created one simply empty application, custom HTML helper by the name you can see. Now I'm going to add one controller in this application. So the same step which we used to do in our earlier videos. So let's name it home controller. Let's wait a couple of seconds. Yeah, so controller is created. Now for this index action method, I'm going to add simply one view by the name index. Right, yeah. Now let's for creating custom HTML helpers, let's create one normal class at the root level, right? So I'm going to add uh, one normal class by the name. Let's name it custom HTML helper. So at the root level, you can see I have added one custom HTML helper class, right? Let's make this class static. And by the concept of object-oriented concept, you must be knowing that for static class, all the members should be static, right? So I'm going to create one static method, and let's name it image. And for the image, as we know, it expects two properties for displaying any image on the UI, right? First one is your source, which will be your image path, and the second one is your alt, that will be your alternate text, right? And the return type of this method will be HTML string, right? And for returning it, for that we need to import one namespace, that is your system.web.mvc. Same. Now we need to import MVC, this one class library, right? Now it will be returning of this, and inside this let's define string.format, and over here we can define our image attribute, our image tag basically. And image tag basically expect two parameters. First one is your basically two attributes, source, and that will be, let's place it in a single quote as we know. And the other one is your alt attribute. So let's place it in a single quote again, right? And now closing this tag, closing this tag, and now your all of the parameters which we are using for this displaying this image, right? So that's it. So we have created one static class, and and inside that static class we have created one static method for displaying your image on the UI, right? By using these two parameters. So let's go to the our index page, and over here we can simply call this custom HTML helper class directly on this view. Right, so we don't need to import any namespace over here because it is directly on the root of the application, as you can see. If we go in the web.config file, you can see over here it has already automatically added the namespace of that custom HTML helper class, right? So on this view, we can simply call it directly over here at the rate, and the name of your class is your custom HTML helper class, right? So we can call it at the rate custom HTML helper. You can see it is coming, and inside that we have created one static method by the name image, and it is expecting two parameters, right? One is source and the other one is your alternate text. So we can write this is a image, and for displaying in this parameter we need to pass the actual path. So either we can create our one image folder, and inside that image folder we can give the reference of that image path over here, right? Or we can do what I have done. I'm taking the direct address from the third party. So let's take it from here, copy image address, and I'm giving the direct path over here, right? For displaying the image on the UI. So let's save this and run it. Let's see what it's going to display, whether it's working fine or not. So by default, it is calling home controller and the index section method. And inside that index section method, we have created a simple index view on which we are calling the image, right? So let's see. Yeah, so we can see it is displaying the image over here. And if we inspect this image, so we can see in the HTML it has it has simply created your image tag image. Yeah, and this one is your source, right? And this one is your alt. So let's suppose due to any reason, if image is not able to load over here, so instead of this it will display the this text, this is the image over here, right? So that's why we have taken this alt parameter. So that's it. So this is the way how we can create our own custom HTML helpers, right? So let me show you one more method. So for the second method, that is your extension method. So for extension method, we don't have to do nothing. We simply need to pass the reference of that HTML helper over here in this parameter, in the first parameter, right? So let's simply copy and paste this, and let's create one more static method inside this custom helper class. And over here, we need to pass the reference of that HTML helper, right? So that's it. So when we want to use with the help of with the help of extension method, we simply need to pass the reference of this HTML helper over here. That's it. And now we can call it directly over here in the index page. So let's copy it and let's place one break tag over here to make it more clear. And let's take one label over here to display for the second image. This is a second image, right? And now simply we can type simple HTML dot and we can see here that image tag is coming, right? So this is our extension method and it is also expecting two parameters. So let's pass it over here. We can pass the same text over here. This is a second image, and for this image let's take another image path. Let's take this one. I'm copying this image address and just pasting it over here for displaying the image on the UI, right? Save this. That's it. So let's run the application. Yes, so we can see over here that our second image is displaying on the UI, right? And if we inspect the element, the same image tag will be created for the second image also, right? We can see over here the same image tag, source, and your alt attribute, right? So these are the different ways how we can create our own custom HTML helper classes and how we can deal according to our need, right? Okay, let me show you one more thing. Uh, by using the concept of tag. Let's suppose when we want to create our new tag, right? So how we can do this? So we have another method also. So let's create one more static method over here. And in this static method, we are going to use the concept of tag builder, right? So let's suppose there is a scenario that we don't want to write HTML over here in this HTML helper class, right? So that also we can achieve by using the concept of tag builder. So let me show you. So we have created we have created we have created one more static method, and now I'm going to add one tag builder class, right? If you see this image tag, this image is your tag, and the source and alt, these are the attributes of this tag, right? So by yeah, so we will follow the same concept. We will first of all declare the tag name. The tag name is your image, and these two are the parameter. These two are the attributes, source and alt, right? So we have already defined the tag, and inside this tag we are going to add two attributes because image tag is expecting two attributes, right? Add, and we can simply add the key value pair over here. So we can simply write your source, and then you can see it is expecting two parameter key value pair, and the value will be source, which is coming from the parameter, right? Simply we will add one more attribute in this tag, and this time it will be alt attribute and the alt parameter, right? And over here now we don't need to write this HTML tag, this HTML, right? We can delete it and we can simply call our tag name tag dot toString. So that's it. And over here we can write your any, let's suppose this time image tag, right? So we have simply created our tag with the help of this tag builder class, and we have added the attributes whatever it is expecting for displaying the image, right? And now let's go to the index page, and over here let's display one more. image over here. So placing the break tag, and over here let's write at the rate, this time HTML. Now this time we have created by the name of image tag. We can see over here image tag, that static method is coming over here. We can call it, and it is also expecting the same two parameters, source and alt, right? So we will be passing over here, and this time we can write over here, this is your third image, right? Your third image, and over here we can pass the image path. So let's copy, let's take one other image. So for that we can take any image, whatever we want to display. Just to make you understand, let's take this image, copy image address, going to the application, and just I'm pasting it over here, right? And the alt we have already defined, and let's delete it, right? So let's save this and run our application. Let's see what it's going to display, whether it's working fine or not. So it is loading the application. So let's wait for a couple of seconds. So this time we will be getting our third image also. You can see over here this third image that we have generated by using our tag builder class. So if we inspect this element, the same, you will find that the same image tag, it has been created, the same image, your alt tag and your source attribute, right? So these are the different ways how we can create our own custom HTML helpers, right? So so that is all about for creating our custom HTML helper. So if you have any doubt or any query, so please post me in the comment section. I will definitely reply to you. And in the upcoming videos, we will be discussing about how we can send data from controller to the view and view to the controller, vice versa, by using various technique that we have view back, view data as right. So that is all for today. And please subscribe my channel, friends, so that you can get all the latest notification whenever whenever I will upload all the new videos. So that's it. Bye bye. Take care.